What's good, YouTube? It's Unk here. We're back with another banger. BSM2k. We're gonna jump right into it. We got 2k26 coming up. It's our first video we're dropping. We're gonna keep it clean. Let's just know what's going on and be up to date with what's happening right now. I am pretty much saying the same thing every year, and we got to make the game fun. I feel like the game has lost its touch, for somebody like me who plays all modes in terms of like competition level. I'm in the comp stage, I'm in the park, I'm in the rec, I'm in the pro-am. I play every mode basically, just like, a couple of casuals will play a few things, but I get to play every mode. So when I'm giving my opinion, I'm not a dev or anything, but I tell you, I do know a lot of people and they do know some things about 2K and whatever's coming up. So when I'm saying what I'm saying, hey, trust me all you want to, is totally up to you. One of the biggest things that I was really talking about, especially with the new features, coming into 2k26, I feel like 2k is giving me a chance just as a competitive player, even if I'm not playing in the pro-am, but to a large degree, I'm pretty competitive. I like to win, and I feel like 2k is really listening to me in regards to these new features. One of them that I was really looking into, I was like, well, if you look at the rhythm shooting, when you shoot with the rhythm shooting, there's no is it RNG they call it? Yeah, there's no RNG on the rhythm shooting, right? So that means you could damn near green your shots every time with the rhythm shooting. That's a new feature that 2K put in, and I feel like that's something that I think when we go look into 2K26 coming up, like 2K is looking into adding some more new features to make the game more fun, because at the end of the day, people who are really competitive like me are not many. The casuals, they gotta really cater to. One of the features is the baseline is no more sensitive. You see how when we're playing, we all run out of bound when we go baseline. That's out the way now. So no more, it's not sensitive the way it used to be. It's almost like we have that wall that we used to have. Our standing dunk finally. Now, they were able to find a way to make it slower when you're timing it, because this whole 2K25, when you try to time your standing dunk, it's just so fast. And I'm like, I can do it, but then you have to look at the casuals. The casuals, listen, somebody's not going to work 12-hour shift. Big shout out to people who work hard, but they're not going to work 12-hour shift and come here to be a comp sweaty player. Like, that's not realistic. So I say big shout out to 2K for, fine-tuning that. So it's slowed down a lot. And then now, because it's slowed down now, also bigger builds are able to easily dunk on smaller builds now, because having little guards being able to stop centers, it just doesn't make sense. Like I don't know, man. But 2K is listening to me when I'm talking. So big shout out to 2K. Another part is now we're gonna be using our right stick, and holding it down when we dunk for our timing. Now it's no more gonna be down up or up down or double flick to some directions. Now it's just gonna be held down. And the good news is the green windows are back. So now we got the green windows where we can actually see where the window is and we can actually time it. To me, that's the best way the game should be for the casuals. Like, you can't be listening to all the comp players on how the game should be made. Then it's no more fun. It's losing the arcadey, type of fun out of the game. And there will always be a green window now, and anytime you time, and engage that timing, there will always be a green window. So even if it's a smothered shot and you fall into the ground, it's going to be a tiny little green window. And if you're able to hit that mark, which obviously you're not going to be able to hit it all the time, but in realistic spectrum, you're going to be hitting it. Whenever you hit that mark, you're always going to hit that shot, which to me it makes sense. Like NBA players, let's look at real life. Like NBA players, they do hit smothered shots quite a lot, actually. So let's make the game a little bit realistic, but also arcadey, which is like, okay, fine, we're not gonna hit it every time. Oh, but what about the cheaters? Now we have a green window. That means the cheaters. Listen, when you play as a casual, you're probably gonna run into a cheater once a month. Let's not change the game because somebody's gonna run into a cheater once a month. Now, if you play competitive in the stage, yes, you're gonna, find yourself playing cheaters all the time. And that's because, maybe, some kids might be able to get their parents to buy 2K, what do you call it? Is this strike packs or the Zens, or what's the new one again that they call it? I forgot what the new one is called. Whatever that is, right? But it's expensive to already buy the game, and it's expensive to get it built up, then investing into getting, these devices to help you cheat, and then you have to subscribe to them, because when you subscribe to the device, that's one part, and you have to subscribe to the monthly script that you get. This is so much money gone to just be able to green shot every time for a video game. I don't think people are going to be really invested into that. That's why I'm saying, let's keep the game fun. Like, we're not changing the game because of a couple of comp players who complaining. Like, they're not the ones really, paying their money. It's the casuals. So big shout out to 2K for keep the window, make shooting easy, make everything easy. Let's have fun. And your L2 has been added now. So your L2 has been added. It helps you slow down when you engage in a Euro step, for example. So I go for a Euro step, I can slow down at any point of that Euro step, to kind of like affect my defender's timing when they're trying to block the shots or anything, But if you look at every new feature that 2K is adding right now, what is he helping, or who is he helping? Slashers, It's helping the casual players. The 2K is really, really trying to make this game more comfortable for everybody. 2K25, I didn't think it really went that well because everybody, needed to be so skilled to play the game. And for me, that defeats the fun of the game for everybody. And most rewarding builds, I think, starting off the game, I think it's just a natural every year. Even people who want to rep grind, it's centers. As long as you can dunk the ball and get rebound, you just can never go wrong, because everybody's still trying to figure out their timing. Everyone is still trying to figure out how to shoot the ball, so you're gonna get a lot of rep. That's why rep grinders, they get on centers first, and then when after a while, then they start getting on guards and all the smaller builds. I would personally recommend, making a build that can dunk the ball pretty well, decent speed, decent, defense, decent ball handle, shooting. You don't know what the threshold for shooting would be yet. We don't really know how the shooting mechanics is gonna be, so I'm not really, pressed on shooting that much. I think shooting we'll end up figuring it out as we go, But I say, hey, man, enjoy the game, and let's look forward to 2K26. I think it's gonna be fantastic. I think we're gonna have a good time this year, So I say, for me, I recommend make a slasher. Now, however, take whatever I say with a pinch of salt. I'm not a dev. I do know people. So I say, hey, look into the idea that if everybody was complaining about the dunking not going well, where you can easily be removed out of a contact animation, or get stripped when you're going to the basket, or your timing wasn't really there as much when you're trying to time it because you can't see your green window. You know how 2K is. Once we make complaints and they try to help that complaint, they're going to go all the way to the end, which is now they're going to cater to slashers, and you got to really think outside of the box for a second. That's what I'm saying. I think off rip, I'm going to start with a good, decent slashing build, 5 outing, and just, have a good time in the game until we start to figure out everything out. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Much love to you guys. Big shout out. Hit that noti. Love y'all. Peace.